Hi friends, welcome back.
How are you?
It is another day, another tip in the life of Dana, Joe, and Co. I am Dana.
I'm Joe.
And we are with Buchanan Photography. We are a full-time wedding photography team that shoot amazing weddings out here in Phoenix, Arizona. We love it. But we're going to talk to you about something very specific today. So if you're on YouTube and you like these videos, make sure you subscribe. And if you're on Facebook, make sure you drop a comment and let us know how this is benefiting you or any questions that you might have to help support your business. So our goal is to help you create the business you've always dreamed of. And with that, we give you daily tips. Ready?
Just remember, these are raw, uncut videos.
Of course. I wouldn't want it any other way.
So, we try to keep it real, lighthearted, and fun. So we don't edit or cut anything out. So we goof off a little bit.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
And my nose itches now.
It's
okay,
okay.
cool. So I want to talk to you about 3 really important meetings that we have throughout our client journey with every single wedding that gets on our books. If that be an intimate wedding, an elopement, or a very large production, 12-hour, 3-day extravaganza. These are our main 3 important meetings, and we're going to go over them with you. So, first meeting, timeline.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely
Must.
a must. I wish we had learned this sooner in our business. It was kind of one of those things that we kind of figured out the hard way and then eventually added it in later. We even make it as part of a contract. So, so timeline meeting, we'll both try to be there, but Dana usually handles the timeline meeting. So I'll let her
Yeah, I'm going to talk about this.
exactly what goes on there and the purpose behind it.
Yeah, so rewind 7 years ago when we first started. I always did a timeline, but it was like a generic timeline that I put on every single wedding. Are you doing a first look? Yes. Are you doing a first look? No. That was kind of the timeline. It never went according to plan. I felt like nobody was on board, nobody understood, and it just went out the window, leaving him frustrated, leaving me frustrated, missing moments. It was sad. But we made do.
Mm-hmm.
Stress-wise, put a toll on me.
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, fast forward, now we, like he said, it's in our contract, we sit down with the couple anywhere from 3 months, if they want to do it 6 months before their wedding, because they want it to be that foundation before they plan their ceremony start time, before they plan their invitations that they're sending out to their guests, which is cool. We make sure that this is so important that they understand their whole day wraps around this one timeline. Because yeah, you have your DJ's timeline, you have your venue's timeline, but what's happening in between those moments that are going to create success out of minimal hours and give you the most shoot time without feeling like you're staring at a camera. So I meet with the couple and I have a questionnaire, and I'll drop it for you guys so you can see what that looks like. But basically I'm asking questions, what does their wedding day look like to them? What are they envisioning? What are the most important aspects of their day? Everybody's different, you guys. Some people might have family flying in from all over the world. If that's the most important thing to them, what are we as photographers going to make sure we're highlighting that whole entire day? Family. Yep. I'm going to make sure I make it a point. If I see somebody talking to somebody, or I know who Aunt Sally is from Singapore, I'm going to sit there and make sure I'm getting pictures of her and Aunt Sally, because she might not see her again for a long time. So you want to know what is going on in your client's mind. Like, what are they thinking? Then I sit down and I break it down. Okay, are we doing a first look? Like, that is first out of the bag, first look, is that happening? And generally they either have an idea or they don't have an idea. You rarely see like, I don't know if I want to, I might want to. If they're on the fence, I look at how many hours they have at the venue, and then I move them into which direction to go without making that decision for them. Because guys, that's a very important decision. That is like an emotional moment that you either want it or you don't, and you really can't talk your couples into it if they don't want it, and you really can't talk them out of it if they do want it. So that I determine. And then I go through the rest of the timeline, the day, when are we going to do family? When are we going to do portraits? When are we going to do full wedding party, cocktail hour, reception, that kind of fun stuff. So that all filters in there. I can do a more extensive live on how to do a timeline for like a 6-hour, 8-hour, 10-hour wedding. But for that's the majority of it. But that's what the meeting is about, is finding out what they want. And then a way to deliver it.
Just helping them figure out what that ceremony time is so they can tell their wedding planner coordinator, let the venue know, so that we can figure out, hey, are sunset photos more important to you, or is it that first look, or is it family? And then that way when we go into wedding day, we have a plan in place.
And if you think that's like, well, y'all are way over prepared, no, not really, because you want them to have confidence. You want them to know that you're going to show up and deliver on that day, and they don't have to think about anything. They're not asking you questions. Oh, I really wanted you to get this photo. Oh no, we already talked about that. We did that in your shot list. And a perfect example, this past weekend, we had the amazing Haboob come rolling in, and we were all looking at our radars, and you could see the look on the photographer's faces, like, we got this, we're good, we can flip it around. They really wanted desert bride and groom golden hour pictures, but that golden hour turned into this big gray Haboob coming in. So ceremony was definitely sped up. Officiant did a great job, and then we whisked them into the house. They signed their marriage certificates, and then instead of going right into family formals like we normally do, so we don't lose family, we sent them on a cocktail hour, and we took the bride and groom out into the desert. If we wouldn't have had the timeline, and if we wouldn't have known that that was really important to her, like that was, she kept talking about it, you guys. I made that happen for her, because after that it got dark.
Yeah.
It got real dark and real windy. So
very rarely do weddings go as planned.
Exactly. Okay, so meeting number 2, heirloom album meeting. Now this is only relevant to you guys if you offer albums. If you are not at that stage in your wedding business yet, do not add another thing to your plate if you're not ready. We literally dabbled into albums a couple years ago. We weren't ready, and then now I would say the past 2 years we've really hunkered down, and they are a part of all of our collections because we believe in that. We believe in having something tangible after your wedding to flip through, to look at, to hold, because life gets busy and 5 years turn into 10 years and you still don't have anything printed of your wedding day.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not us, by the way.
So the whole point of the heirloom album, right, is if you're doing in-person sales, which we do after the wedding and once we deliver everything, the point of that is when you book them and then you go over the timeline, is what we're really trying to do is keep each meeting focused on one topic, because if you talk multiple topics in one meeting, you're going to overwhelm the couple, because you got to think this is just for photography, right? You got to think they're meeting all these other vendors and they're doing all this other stuff and they're tracking all these other things. Plus just regular life is happening, right? So a lot of decisions going on. So we try to keep everything siloed. So the first one's the timeline meeting, and then this one is all about the album. And really what we're trying to do is get them to envision an album. Like, what is your dream album? What size? What color? What does it look like? How many pages? What does it, do you want extra? What does it look like sitting on your coffee table years from now when you have kids and you're looking at it with them, right? So we're trying to get them to focus on the future and really get them thinking about what their dream album is, because then once that in-person sale comes around, they've already been prepped, right? And then maybe they even purchase some upgrades early on during that meeting. And then now we're just sitting down and finalizing everything. But we found that really helps because it allows us to just really talk album versus everything else.
Oh, 100%. Because what we were finding is the album became this afterthought for them. They knew they got one, and then it was a year, and they still hadn't finished the approval of it. So that is now a must-have meeting that will be in our contract this fall. That they have to do because, okay, and then our last meeting, this is very important. So this is, sorry, he just distracted me because my leg's up because my hip hurts.
It was funny just because your top of her knee was just showing.
Oh, sorry. Does that look like something bad? No. This chair is not comfortable. Okay, so anyways, fast forward, rewind. What were we talking about? The third meeting. So our final meeting. We welcome all of our couples into our home if they are local. If they are a destination wedding or if they live in another state, then we do it over Zoom with them. But we have a grand reveal. So they do not know about this. This is not in the contract, but we compile a video together of some really intimate moments, some really extravagant moments, some funny moments into a little video. It's like 2 to 3 minutes. And then we play that for them. So that's kind of their reveal. We don't just show them the gallery, we give them this video. And then it's a video that they can share with others instead of just a picture here, a picture there. Kind of like shows the whole entire day from start to finish. So we show them that, and then we show them how to use their gallery. We show them how to download an image. We show them how to save it to their computer via or phone. And we show them how they can share it with their family members and how they too can have a small social size file of the photo that they want, or how they can order those images. After that, we walk through the album planning process, finalization. So Joe can share with you a little bit about what he does, but he's basically getting them to make those emotional decisions then instead of leaving and letting life, kick in. So
yeah, so basically we'll just have a mock album ready for them, and I use Smart Albums to design my album. Another good designer I hear a lot of people using is Fundy. So both of those, if you use those, it saves a lot of time because it's really easy to create an album in like an hour or two, right? So you just pick the pictures, I get the album, and then what I do is I actually sit down and I show them. I say, all right, we're gonna go through your album. You excited? Yeah, ready? And then by that time, they have however many pages, and then we're gonna go through and they're gonna say, yes, I love that page. No, I don't like that page. Or, hey, let's switch some things around. And we're gonna sit there, we're gonna finalize the album, and then we're gonna tidy it all up, and hopefully at that point, you get them in with some upgrades, or you just get some added on items for not only their album, but maybe they get a second album, things like that. But the entire purpose of this is we offer this as a service because we don't want them to be like, we used to just say, hey, here's your photos, congratulations, it was great, thank you for hiring us. Now it's like, no, this is a big deal. Like, you hired us, you invested a lot of money in us. We're gonna make this, special for you. So they'll come over, we'll have popcorn, we'll have candy out, we'll have drinks for them. We'll have music, and we'll do the presentation, and then we're gonna lock in the album right there, and it pretty much just seals the deal on everything. Because you want them leaving on a high note, right? Because what am I gonna ask once they leave? Hey, can I get a review from you? Right? And it's hard for them to not leave a review after such a great experience.
Yeah, and what we've been doing lately is they're so emotional and there's this high. We're trying to get video reviews immediately, right after they see their photos, like, how was your day? Did this bring back the memories? Because for them, it's, it just happened a month ago and it's so fresh, and the emotions, and finally being able to see it all come together. We've been staring at it for a month because we've been editing it, but they get to reveal it for the first time. So it's a really big deal. So we make sure that meeting is really, really, really important. So.
And we put that meeting on the book so that way
they know it. Yes.
They don't keep bugging us like, hey, when the photos are done, right? We say, no, this is the date, this is when you're coming over, this is when you're seeing your photos. So that way they have something to look forward to, and also it holds us accountable. Hey, we got to get this wedding done by this time.
And it just keeps,
it helps
organization.
With scheduling.
It does help with scheduling because like this fall season we have
super busy.
Yeah.
So that allows us to prep and plan.
So that's a lot of reveals in December.
So that's our 3 key meetings. So, obviously you do what makes sense for your business. Everything that we talk about is just what we do in our business, what makes sense for us, the way that we've done it. So, just take it into consideration and be like, hey, maybe I'll try one of these things, or maybe I'll try a couple tips that you're doing, or maybe I'm going to adjust. So nothing's black and white. Everything is all about testing and trying out and seeing what works.
And if you have a stellar, just organized, like, meeting plan or how you work with your clients and it's different than ours, drop it below, because we're a husband and wife team and we have a family, so this is what works for us.
Still learning.
Maybe you are a solo photographer and it's just you that you're worrying about. I'd love to know, because there might be another photographer that can be more relatable to you. So there you go, guys.
Drop us a like, drop us a subscribe, and we will see you guys on the next video. Bye.
Bye.